Hello, the beautiful souls. Noe here again. I'm the creator of Crystal Water Bottle. I'm heading people on their spiritual journey with tarot, Reiki, and hypnosis. I'm here with Sharon today, so bring you another beautiful crystal, and that's Lapis Lazuli. A lot of you probably know about it, but we're gonna talk more about along the way. So I'm gonna invite Sharon to the space.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sharon. I am a global distributor for a Japanese health tech company that's been around for 51 years old. And basically, they use technology with no talks to bring things like water ionizers and things like that to our homes and to help us in our health and wellness journey. So today we are going to talk about, I'm going to try to remember lapis. Did I say it correctly? No?
Lapis Lazuli.
Lapis. So do you want to explain to us a little bit more about what this crystal does?
For you who already know the lapis lazuli, or even you haven't heard about it, you see lapis lazuli that's in the blue, dark blue color. Just imagine like it's like the color when it come to 8 or 9 o'clock at night time, evening time. Is the symbol of the ancient power of the true wisdom and inner vision. So it's connect strongly to our ancestor time, our ancient world, ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge. Especially, a lot of people say for thousands of years, lapis lazuli has been treasured by pharaohs like kings and mightists and visionaries. So this is the stone of the truth. So back then, for anything regarding to the weather, the seasons, the king should put one of the lapis lazuli in front of the fire. So they put the fire up and then the king in the middle, or they have one person called shaman because he represents the bridge between the heaven and the earth. So they do it at a seasonal, like every time when it comes from summer to spring or spring to winter. So they will ask for the better season, better time for their people. And what they do, they put their lapis at the front for the king or for the shaman to speak the truth. So they believe that the energy come from the heaven speaking through the lapis and converse that language to human language. So that's why powerful back then. And then they believe that's awaken the voice of the soul. Having said that, some of the shaman, again, because they are the bridge between the heaven and the earth, but they also are the bridge between the earth and the underworld. So some of the shaman, they have ability to, we call channeling. They use this stone again to tap into the energy of the lapis lazuli energy and then allow your or whoever deceased people come back, or your beloved people that passed away come back to the surface, to the space, and speak through the salmon. That's how they use the lapis lazuli back then. Even us, like every single one of us, had a history of our creation, where we really come from. And we all talk about, okay, if before this lifetime, I can come from like the mountain, or I come from other form. It can be animal, it can be plant, but also before the earth even existed. It can be anywhere, like in another planet. I believe it's anything having the history about it. If we can track back to our root, that's really where we're tapping on our true energy. And I know that for the Kangen water, there's a bit of history about where it come from and how it started. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, listening to what you're saying in terms of having the history and things like that, it's very much in tune with our history and not just Kangen water, but just in general, the history of water, right? In those days, the idea of the water, obviously with Kangen, so the word Kangen itself in Japanese, it means bringing it back to the origin. And I think that is talking a lot about the past as well, learning from the past and knowing the importance of what water should actually be like in the past. Like I was talking to you, Noe, earlier, that people would drink from the streams and we would have really fresh water and people would just drink from the streams. And you could do that in the past because there was no chemicals flowing through our streams. We didn't have the kind of pollution that we have today. and going back to history or the past in that sense, or from the beginning, then that is the kind of quality that we are looking at. That's what Kangen water is about. And also, I talked about that, you're asking where it came from, and I said the history of it is from Okinawa, which is where the blue zone is. And the blue zone is where people lived over 100 years old. The person that started this business was going, okay, how do we provide this kind of water to the entire world? Let's share it. Then they did a lot of studies on places around the world whereby they always call it the miracle waters. 7 different places around the world that has this thing called the miracle water, from France to, I think, Spain has one, and quite a few different countries have it. And they will always talk about how if the people went to the miracle water, they will be healed. But it's actually going on a scientific point of view is that they are healing because of the quality of hydrogen molecules that is in the water. That would be very much, again, going back in line with history and going back from the very beginning is what the universe and what God intended us to have water as. And that's why it has always flowed well into our body and provide nutrition to our body in that sense. It was literally, that is the history, and that is how Kangen was born. Obviously, they use technology to produce the hydrogen molecules from our tap through the ionization and providing that kind of hydrogen molecules that is good for our body. That's purely because our world today does not provide us that or allow us to have that kind of water quality, which is what, whether you call it the universe, you call it God, that is what it should have been. And also, I think one of the things that I wanted to talk about is that there was a Japanese doctor that actually had a documentary about how water holds emotions and it holds knowledge from the past. It's something that I feel strongly about, and I feel that there is so much we can learn from that as well, that it's more than just liquid and drinking it. There's a lot of reasons why we need it, because more than 70% of our body is water. But then not all water is equal in today's world, because most of the water that we drink is either filled with sugar or it's filled with chemicals. That's how I feel that energy that is from the structured water to crystal can play such a powerful combination.
I really like the part you talk about the past life memory, like the memory from the water itself. Like, so it's quite similar to what lapis lazuli would bring to the people. In any time, if you talk about lapis lazuli, you need to talk about the ancient world. It's like ancient memory, ancient knowledge, ancient ceremony and thing. Water is one of the elements that's in every country, any nation, every king, any shaman should be honored. So a part of fire. So before fire even came to the modern world or to our ancestor, water is the main element that's on us. That's like our ancestor believe water is our goddess, and that should be existing around us. So it's like Sharon shared before about our very pure water from the nature, but in the real life, it's not just like our ancestor use the water as it is, but we protect the water, we honor the water, and we give the gratitude when we drink water. You see, like back then, the medicine is not even there, but how our ancestors can survive or can have a better health, even they have more children than our time right now. So
That's true.
so that's all come from the water, and also the crystal app we share in a lot of episodes already. So come back to the lapis lazuli. It's carried the vibration of the cosmos, so that it represents infinite, the mysterious and full of light. So, and we talk about the deep blue sky at night time. So it actually represents the deep perception in your third eye chakra. I'm not sure if I mentioned before the third eye chakra when we talk about amethyst. In lapis lazuli, is that I mentioned before and I highlighted is the deep perception. So it's not about you open yourself, open your awareness at the amethyst, but now when you tap into the voice of your soul, you really know who you are. So lapis will help you to empower your self-expression. So giving you courage to speak your truth with clarity and compassion. And the truth is in you, it doesn't matter and it needs to be make sense to anyone, but as long as it's It's you. You just need to speak it. Even it seems negative to you or negative to people, but as long as that's within you, it is the truth. So I'm just taking example. Let's say Sharon gave me a cake and then that's in, let's say, yellow color. And I say, oh, Sharon, I don't like this color. I feel like I don't like this color, right? But I don't want to make Sharon sad. So I feel, oh no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just like, oh, I like it. Oh, it's just lovely. But what is the truth from the lab person? No, I'm gonna share to Sharon. Sharon, I will tell you, I really love the cake, but I don't like the color of the cake. That's it important. We need to explain to people why, not just say you don't like it.
Yeah.
Because people want to know the reason behind it. Because all the time the reason behind of you or me don't like something is all because of my fear or my limiting belief is because of this. And then because I say it, I express my true self to Sharon so she can correct me or she can understand. That is where the truth comes from. And that's how the Lapis encourage the honesty with yourself and others to dissolve any illusion, any misunderstanding, or kind of like put you on the step of being more authentic to yourself.
Absolutely. And I think with that, I was just saying earlier that I never really went so deep in thinking in terms of, oh, what do I say and my thoughts of things before I speak. Especially, I think you would believe the same as well, Noe, being a business person. When you're running a business, I think the most important thing is being authentic and true. And it's important whether you are in a water business or you are in a florist business or any business. It's about being able to speak the truth. And that's why sometimes I like the fact that sometimes being able to use something like what we're talking about, whether it's the crystals and combining the crystals with living water and using it to set intentions each day to be able to actually speak with clarity. What's important is your wellness and being able to hold yourself in terms of your clarity. And your clarity comes with making sure you have the best hydration, you're eating well, you are giving yourself space to whether you meditate or you use the crystals to help you in your energetics and your frequencies and stuff like that. But it will help you to have better clarity, to have better focus, and also to speak the truth because then you know that whatever you're saying, you are confident and you know exactly what you speak is of truth, right? And like you say, when you speak of truth to someone, then there's that openness of conversation as well. So I think that's where I see the combination when we talk about why living water and why crystals. But it is so much of the combination of both that brings you not just mental health, mental clarity, but it's also your physical health. And when you have both of that and you are able to anchor it with things that are going back to the ancient times of what our ancestors have used for so many years, then that's I see it as that becomes the truth. I knew how to do this. I never did any of this until I actually started my business. So it's that as well, and giving yourself some sort of anchorage to be able to go, okay, yes, I can do it.
Because you talk about that, it just remind me about the words unknown, and that's pretty much like spiritually. That's how Lapis resonate with like the unknown. Because when we talk about Lapis Lazuli, we talk about the water flow. When you connect with Lapis Lazuli, you connect with the water flow. But this water flow is not just contain the memory, the wisdom, but also allow you go to the flow of life. So when we go flow of life, you just imagine the flow of river or the beach or the sea. So the flow of water know where it flow to. But for you to be on that flow, you don't know where it's gonna move you to. And I think it's happened to anyone of like doing business or anything in life. Even you pretty know about yourself, about your job, about what you do every day, you might do it the same, but you don't know what's gonna happen next. Like you don't know who we're gonna see next, and that's the journey of going to unknown that Lapis Lazuli will go with you. So the whole point of having Lapis Lazuli with you is for us to remember that we are guided, we are wise, the wisdom within us and we are true to ourselves. Spiritually, this will open the pathway to the past life memory and soul contracts. So that in deeper in your meditation, if you connect with Lapis Lazuli, you can able to go to that space in time and see, okay, what is the relationship between me and my partner, and me and my daughter, or me and my mom? What is the first event that started? What is the first time that we met? Or what is the original times in space that we had this or we created connection? So this will help you to bring back them. In hypnosis, we talk a lot about it, but also if you are a meditation practitioner, you always can use the Lapis Lazuli to help you to bring back to that time. So what you do is just need to hold the crystal in your hand, and then again, I say Lapis is about water flow. So of course you're gonna need the water surrounding you, either in the bottle or so you can do like water alchemy. So kind of like give it the rightfulness to the water and with the crystal there, and then you honor the water, honor the crystal, put a question there, and then do meditation. You can either to hold the Lapis Lazuli in your hand or put it around you and then go deep into that. One of my suggestions, if anyone want to have a past life experience in your own way or in your own practice. But today we will guide you through to connect with your third eye chakra, and maybe I can guide you a bit, like for whoever ready or whoever had a question, we can have a bit of past life experience in mini guided meditation if anyone had an interest there. All right, Sharon, just before we jump into the meditation, would you like to have anything to share?
No, I just think that actually it was funny how I was actually going to ask you the question of how does this crystal play a part in our everyday life, and you explained how you would use it. So you actually already answered my question. Let's go into the meditation.
As I said before, if you remember, I say about how the ancestors used that in the past, so they put it here in our role. And if you feel like you can't express your feeling, your emotion with your mom, your dad, your partner, whoever, you just need to hold it here and then ask the crystal to guide you and just say, ask it to help you to say the truth, to understand the truth, to understand the true wisdom. That's how the crystal would do the work for you.
Sounds good. If you don't have it like the past whereby you would visualize it, I guess, eh?
Yeah. All right. If anyone ready, myself ready, Sharon ready, we're gonna jump into the meditation. All right. So if you can now just allow yourself to be relaxed. Allow your mind to be ease and relaxed. Allow your eyes to be soft and relaxed. Allow your shoulder to be soft and relaxed. And today we're gonna step into the energy of the third eye chakra and the root chakra. Resonate with the energy of Lapis Lazuli. This will bring you to the clarity of thoughts and vision, a deeper connection to your intuition, and the courage to speak and live your truth. And now, if you can, you just allow yourself to connect to the water. It's either the water next to you in your bottle, or the water in the river, or in the ocean, or the water in general. And remember, at the time when you think about water, you're already connected to Lapis Lazuli water. And this Lapis Lazuli water will connect you to the third eye and broad chakra with intention to bring clarity to your mind, the truth to your voice, and the wisdom into your path. And now just allow yourself to open your energetic field. Allow the water enter to your body. You can imagine that you go swimming in the river, in the beach, or in the ocean, or simply like taking the shower under your shower at home. Anything that makes you feel that you are surrounded by water. But that again, this is Lapis Lazuli water. So it brings you back to the ancient times. This is where everything started. This is where the water started. This is where origin of water started. So it's bringing you back to the ancient times. Your soul knows where it is. Your ancestor knows where it is. Just allow your souls, your ancestor, your higher self, or your guides bring you back to that time and space. You just need to allow, and you will see it. Now, if you can, just bring your awareness to the center of your forehead, your third eye chakra, and see a deep indigo glow forming there with the golden light. And now, visualize a piece of lapis lazuli resting on your brow. It shines like the midnight sky, sparkle with stars. With every inhale, the blue light expands into your mind. With every exhale, it clears confusion, doubt, and illusion. And now you allow the light from the third eye chakra connect to the blue sky above you. Allow your third eye chakra open wider and wider for you to be able to hold the sky above you. It's open wider and wider, larger and larger, bigger and bigger, for you to hold the whole sky above you. And now, really feel your inner vision opening, like a window into the soul. You are connecting to the whole cosmos, the infinite universe. And unlimited possibility is all there. up to the sky. Align it in your third eye chakra. And when the light becomes brighter and brighter in your third eye chakra, you can feel the light now going down to your root, where your root chakra is. You can sense your voice strengthening, and you are ready to speak with honesty and courage. You can feel the truth within you in your root. That you are all ready to speak. And you have the power to speak. Allow the powerful truth of your voice coming down from the cosmos of the sky down to your road and encourage you to express your true. It can be your true feeling, your true emotion. Doesn't matter if that's positive or negative, but as long as it's true to you, you had a full power to speak. And as you hear now, you can say it to yourself, I am clear. I am wise. I speak my truth. And let this indigo light expand through your whole body, filling you with clarity and alignment. Knowing that you are connected, centered, and guided. Now we take one final breath. Place your hand on your rose or your third eye chakra and say this to yourself gently. I trust the wisdom within me. And now you can take a few more breaths and allow the Lapis Lazuli energy to wrap around you like a protective cloak of truth. And whenever you're ready, you can return to the room with clarity and gratitude, entering the first sip of water is to honor the water within you and the water in Lapis Lazuli water.
It's an interesting one.
Would you like anything to share?
Well, for me, I use the night sky. It was when you say, oh, surround yourself with water. So mine was actually a lake, but then with a flow of waterfall that was flowing within the lake. And the person that I saw was interesting. She was an Indian, like, the red Indian type of people.
Maybe in one of your past life
My
memory.
past.
Yeah. You reckon she
Maybe.
can be you or she is someone you know in your past life?
I don't think so. I think it might be me. I thought it might be someone else, but I don't think so. And even though I thought can't be me, but I don't think so. So it was very interesting, today's one. It's not like when you think, oh, yeah, I'm making up a story, but it didn't, because I wasn't actually thinking of anything in particular. All I thought about was to say, okay, I don't have the crystal. Imagine the blue sky, like the night sky, and then the rest of it just came by itself.
That I shared before, so when you could connect to Lapis Lazuli energy, Lapis Lazuli water, is bring you to the unknown. When you say before, you don't know it. That's the unknown. But when you say unknown, it's like unknown in our consciousness. But it actually is the knowing in your subconsciousness. So it's that's a knowing in your old book that's holding in your timeline memory.
I will definitely look at it a little bit more, because it was very interesting with that.
All right, and I guess we open a bit about this. And again, if you're interested into past life experiences or get to know more about yourself or your higher self, I also have people on that journey too in hypnosis and timeline therapy. So if a part of connecting with water and get you back to the memory of yourself. And this is all about today for Lapis Lazuli. And I hope when you drink water or you drink water infused with Lapis Lazuli or with the Kangen water, so remember it's not just about water. It's you allow yourself to nourish your body, invite the truth, invite clarity and higher guidance into your life. And thank you very much for you guys for being here today for me to share it. Now is the time of speaking the truth, and we see everywhere now around the world. And I hope Lapis Lazuli energy and Lapis Lazuli water with the Kangen living water will bring the best protection and the whole truth to every single one of you.
Yes, I think in terms of water, what I would stand for is that not all water is created equal. So basically, just choose your water. And I would say if you are interested in looking at crystal and wanting to know deeper in terms of historical past and things like that, yes, definitely speak to Noe. And she's, I must say, quite amazing. Thank you so much for
thank
today.
you. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And I
Thank you
see
so
you
much.
guys in the next episode. Namaste.
Namaste.
And follow us on our YouTube channel or even our Facebook or TikTok. If you haven't watched other episodes, please subscribe us. There is more to come. And the last before amateurs like smoky and all other things to see what is the best crystal for you and how you can communicate it with the living water or Kangen water. All right, thank you guys. See
All
ya.
right, thank you so much. Bye. See you again soon.